A very warm welcome to another brand new edition of Colors of India, your weekly cultural diary on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Teena Jha, getting you all the latest cultural updates from the city. So let's begin with the highlights this week. First up this week is an exhibition titled Salt, the Great March 2nd. Next in line is a music and dance festival. And finally, a funny yet scary Mexican exhibition. Well, today is the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, and coinciding with the occasion is an art exhibition that draws upon India's history and Mahatma Gandhi's Salt March. So take a look at this exclusive show.
With her exhibition titled Salt, the Great March, artist Shelly Jyoti is trying to preserve the Ajrak technique of printing. The art project is aimed at holding a deeper inquiry into Mahatma Gandhi's historical Salt March.
Ajrak means blue. Blue is derived out of the plant color and the dye. So how the blue color is used in our textile traditions. And that was my first reference in detail about Ajrak printing. One of the theory of Gandhiji, which is Swadharma, became very inspiring for me. And I knew my next show is going to be Salt the Great March. That was the beginning of Salt the Great March.
The exhibition included a large variety of artworks based on the Gandhian principles of Swadharma and Sarvodaya. The focus is also on the Ajrak style of printing that uses textile printing and dyeing techniques. The installation integrating khadi indicates sailing ahead. An interpretation of those who came together to join Gandhi's 1930 Dandi March.
I'm trying to explore if 40 crore urban population just buys 5 meters of fabric, khadi fabric, look at the production demand we can create in the villages. गांव में चरखे चल जाएंगे. So the idea of bridging the gap between rural and urban can be brought by that.
The next installation represents the Gandhian thought of developing khadi across the villages for the economic independence. Shelly conveys the message of acceptability of khadi in present times.
The technique is little different than the normal block printing technique. It's a reverse block printing technique. The first step is you are, of course, putting the fabric into camel dung, castor oil, and other stuff where you dip the fabric for 2-3 days into the solution, and then begins the printing process.
The exhibit, Allow Me to Grow Without Fear, is a comment on the outlook of society towards its young girls and women. It represents the deepest fears of women in a male-dominated society. remembering the father of nation and reintroducing Gandhian ideals through imaginative art.
Now that is a good way to bring about changes in this 21st century. On that note, we'll slip into a very short break. Lots more coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere. On the other side, we take you to a festival of music and dance that propagates peace and harmony. Welcome back after the break. Be it dance or music, India's classical melodies and footsteps have enthralled people, both the laymen and the connoisseurs, for generations. A delightful evening of music and dance took center stage recently in the capital to celebrate the thrill and brilliance of traditional art forms. Take a look for yourself.
It's titled Vasudeva Go, an evening of classical music and dance. Organized by Swaranjali Institute of Dance, Drums and Harmonic Arts, an initiative to give stage to foreign artists who are spreading the legacy of Indian classical music and dance in their countries along with the Indian artists.
हमने ये वसुधैव कुटुंबकम किया है। आजकल आप जानते हैं हमारा ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर जी का एक मोटो है कि भारत के सारे संस्कृति को और भारतीयता को बाहर उसकी प्रमोट करना। तो उसी का एक पॉइंट को हमने लिया है कि हम लोग कलाकार हैं, हिंदुस्तानी आर्टिस्ट हैं, बहुत बड़े बड़े कलाकार बाहर जाते हैं, जाके हिंदुस्तानी आर्ट्स का ट्रेनिंग देते हैं। अब जिन लोगों को हम ट्रेनिंग देते हैं वो लोग किस तरीके से अपने आप को डेवलप किया और इंडिया में आके उनको हमने बुलाया है कि इंडिया में आके हमारा इंडिया का चीज़ उन्होंने सीख के कितना सुंदर तरीके से उस चीज़ को प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं।
First on stage, a melodious vocal recital by Swarnima Go from Mumbai. Disciple of Kishori Amonkar, Swarnima truly enthralled audience with her voice, filling the air with purity. Music is considered the most effective medium for communicating and creating a mood of instant bliss and aesthetic joy. And it extends beyond limits of tradition and lineage.
हम तो कलाकार हैं और हम तो यही चाहेंगे कि हमेशा हम अच्छी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ जुड़े रहें और ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस जो कि शास्त्रीय संगीत को आगे बढ़ाएं, हमारे देश के इस हेरिटेज को संभालें, कल्चर को संभालें।
And the highlight, a mesmerizing Bharatanatyam performance by Jin Shan and troupe of 11 Chinese students. The stories enacted through Bharatanatyam narrate various episodes of Hindu mythology and are set to Carnatic music, giving an insight to our rich culture and tradition.
I learned my dance from my Guruji Leela Sampson, and we followed her style, and also we followed the tradition. So I think that is very important to teach my students those traditional piece, to let Chinese know what is the real Indian culture. I choose Hindi because I want to come to India and learn dance. And at that time, there was no any place to learn Indian dance further. So Hindi for me is like a shortcut. But I also need to say Hindi is very much help for my dance. From Hindi, I start to learn a little bit Sanskrit. That is based the like Apinedra burn. That is very important for a dancer. So Hindi is also a very important part of my life.
Though Bharatanatyam dates back to almost 3,000 years, today it is the most popular of the 7 forms of Indian classical dance. A combination of storytelling and dynamic movements that constantly challenge the stamina of the dancer.
Well, such shows offer an ideal platform to promote cultural exchanges with countries from around the globe. They also help establish and develop relations with national and international organizations working in the field of culture. That leads us into another short break. Still more to come on the program. Do stay with us. Coming up ahead, a unique exhibition showcasing a variety of masks depicting the Mexican culture. Welcome back once again. Since remote times, humankind has found expression through music and dance. Now, in Mexico, indigenous cultures have flourished and survived through expressions of popular art, and masks are a fundamental element of this magical cultural manifestation. Take a look.
A marvelous instrument, the mask, hides the wearer while at the same time it acquires life and becomes a deity, an animal, or maybe a king. The display is a unique exhibition featuring masks of Mexico in association with the Embassy of Mexico in India. Masks are everywhere in the world, but Mexico and Asia, two incredibly diverse regions, share some of the richest mask traditions.
In India, we have our own tradition of the Chow mask dances and the mask dances of the Buddhist monasteries. And so this is, there are many similarities that I can see between the masks here and the masks that we have. Although, of course, that is half a world away, and it's a very distinct and unique culture. But it's a wonderful exhibition, and I have really enjoyed seeing it.
The exhibition features 33 masks, all of different materials such as lacquered wood carving and polychrome clay. Masks in Mexico are a part of a dance drama performed during religious ceremonies and festive occasions. The cultural richness manifests itself through masks, each specific to a particular region, that have meaning depending on the ritual or celebration they were conceived for.
मास्क जो होते हैं ये हर सोसाइटी में, हमारे यहाँ भी अगर आप देखते हैं, वहाँ एक वो सोसाइटी का एक प्रतिफलन वहाँ होता है। वो क्या सोचते हैं, देव देवियों भी हो, कुछ भी हो, उसका वो रिफ्लेक्शन मास्क्स में आते हैं। सो इसी बहुत बढ़िया एग्जिबिशन है।
As an object separate from its function, mask can be seen as a work of art, a sculpture of great aesthetic value through which the mask maker can unleash his creativity.
Masks of Mexico is all about to get to know their culture in a way that there's some kind of cultural transmission that is happening in both the countries. So in future I would like to have more such events where I would get to know the Mexican culture even better.
The art form provides a wide range of expressive possibilities. Features to caricatures, to human faces or an animal, to those that project mythological beings.
Well, the display was truly an insight into the culture and tradition of Mexico, all through creative masks that signify the specific rituals and celebrations. That's all we have for you in this episode of Colors of India. We'll see you same time next week with another bunch of brand new stories. Until then, take very good care of yourself. It's a goodbye from the entire team.